Embarrassing moments. Now, we have all had our fair share of embarrassing moments. They are just absolutely the worst and will definitely have you at 3 a.m. while you're in bed contemplating why you are the way you are and rewinding that scenario over and over in your mind. So today, we're going to talk about some of my most embarrassing moments and other things I've witnessed. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is farting. Now, farting is a natural thing that happens for all of us, you know. We all fart. Some people more than others, but we all have ripped a fat stinker before. Do not lie. And there have been many occasions where I've ripped one near a group of people and they hear it, and obviously they knew it was me, and I'd be embarrassed. But you just know I had to put my gaslighting skills to the test and blame it on someone else instead, which would then lead to the entire argument over a fart. And there's this one story in particular that stuck in my head throughout the school years. And this event happened during kindergarten during gym class. Now, we were all sat on the gym floor playing Duck Duck Goose and everything was going smooth. Up until one of my classmates, let's call her Bertha. Now, Bertha was a little rotund, you know, and she was sitting across from me on the other side of the gym. And while the entire gym was dead silent, she just lets out the loudest fart I've ever heard in my life. Like, that shit shifted into 5th gear and sounded like a nuke going off. And a bunch of kids started moving away from her while laughing, and she started crying. Which, damn, that had to be actually traumatizing to experience. Like, you gotta switch schools after that. Now we gotta talk about my poo stories. Now, when I was younger, there were a few times where I pooped my pants, man. You know, as a kid, that's just what be happening. Now, the first story happened when I was around 3 years old. One time in the morning, I was getting ready for my mom to go to daycare, and she was asking me if I needed to poop, and I said no. But a few minutes later, we're in the living room, and I'm standing near the table, and all of a sudden, I shat myself. Like, it was all over the insides of my pants, and let's just say it wasn't solid. Let's just keep it at that. And my mom got pissed at me because why did I lie about not needing to poop when I clearly did? And she had to help me clean up, but this other time happened in the most stupid way possible. Now, after dinner time, my grandpa would take my brother and I to a park down the street so we could play. And one time after we got done at the park, I really needed to go poo. So we started heading back home, and while we were halfway back home, the urge to poop started amping up. It's like when you gotta shit, the closer you get to a toilet or your home, the more your poop wants to get out. Like, it was damn near throwing left and right hooks trying to leave my system. And oh yeah, also on the way back, my brother kept chanting, "Poo, poo, 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 poo," over and over again, damn near trying to make me shit myself. Which, like, bro, come on, man, the fuck is that? Ref, do something. Now we finally make it back to the front of our house, and I rush to the door of our house, and right after I reached the front of our door, I couldn't hold it anymore, man, and the floodgates let loose. And yeah, I shat myself at the front of our door right at the finish line. And oh my god, man, the embarrassment and defeat I felt after that was insane. And of course, my mom had to help me clean up once again. Now, that was the last time I remember that I actually pooped myself, not including sharts. Guys, rule of thumb, do not trust a fart when you have a stomachache. But I've had my fair share of close calls many of times. And there was this one time recently where one of my friends was visiting me from another city, and we were hanging out late into the evening, and I really had to go shit. So we went around store to store trying to find a bathroom we could use, but a lot of the stores we went to were either closed or their bathroom was only for employees. Not even Subway was letting me in, man. And we went all around the city looking for a bathroom, and I was slowly losing hope and accepting the fact that I was gonna have to shit in an alleyway and wipe my ass with a rock or a leaf, until we came across a boba shop that was open, and they allowed customers to use their bathrooms. So I rushed into the store and instantly went to that bathroom and destroyed that toilet. Like, I don't think there's a better feeling than letting out that fat duke you've been holding in for some time. And the whole time my friend's laughing because I was out here stressing and panicking because I need to take a fat duke. Now we gotta talk about my gym class incident. Now, I've talked about this incident before in a previous video, but it's honestly one of my most embarrassing moments I've ever experienced, so I gotta include it in this video too. Now, one day in school, there was this protest happening in our city, and we had the option to attend the protest and skip class. Now, I didn't want to go to class or the protest at all, and neither did my two friends. So instead of going to the protest or my gym class, we all went to our friend's house to play Super Mario Bros. On the Wii, and spent the entire second half of school playing it. Now, fast forward to the next day, I head to gym class, and my teacher is doing class attendance, and he gets to my name and asks, "So, where were you yesterday?" And I kind of panic and say, I skipped. Now, dude, I have no idea why I said that and told the truth, because I easily could have lied and said I had a doctor's appointment or a family emergency, or hell, even that I went to the protest. But nah, I just had to spill all the beans and fold. And my teacher was not happy with that response. And you want to know what he made me do? He went to the equipment room and grabbed a skipping rope and came back and said, "Oh, so you think this is funny, huh? Well, if you like skipping so much, skip in front of the entire class." And I laughed a little because I didn't think he was being serious. But then he says, "Why are you laughing?" Then right there in that moment, I clocked in that he was dead ass. So then I slowly did the walk of shame and jump roped in front of the entire class. And for the rest of the 9th grade in gym class, I was known as a dude who just skipped. And after that, I never skipped a single gym class ever again. Now we gotta talk about saying hi to someone that wasn't talking to you. Now, I know this has happened to you at least once, and it has happened to me a few times. I remember this one time I was walking back from school, and there was this lady walking on the same sidewalk I was walking on, and she was walking towards me, and she says, "Hi," towards my direction, and I say, "Hi." And then she giggles and walks past me, and I look behind myself and saw her friend was behind me, and I was so embarrassed. I couldn't even believe that just happened to me. Like, that literally made me feel like that gif of the dude talking to a brick wall. And this has happened other times too, but instead, they were on the phone with a friend. This has gotta be top 5 embarrassing moments. Now we gotta talk about getting injured in public. Now, I used to bike to school every single day, and I also used to volunteer at an after-school program for children. And I would also bike there after school with a friend. But one time after school ended, I was getting ready with my friend to bike to our volunteer spot, and I took the lead as we biked. And as we were biking, we both spotted one of our friends walking on the sidewalk. So I stop on the side of the road to say what's up to him, and my friend doesn't use his brakes at all, and thought we were just gonna do a drive-by dap-up, and he crashed into my bike instead. So now I'm on the ground in pain while people on the sidewalk just witnessed all of that. And this other time, I used to work at a restaurant, and I was running late to my shift, and I had to rush out of my house on my bike. I was also wearing some baggy cargo pants, so as I was crossing this intersection, the ends of my pants get caught in my bike chain, and I lose control over my bike and crash onto the sidewalk. So now I'm on the ground hurt with my knee scraped, contemplating my entire existence. And 2 pedestrians walk over to me to make sure if I was okay, and I said, yeah, I'm good. And then I got back on my bike and stormed off, and I had to clock in after that. And there's been many other occasions where I've just hurt myself in public. Like, there was this one time I ran into a fence because I wasn't looking while I was walking. And there's been many times where I tripped in public on the sidewalk. I'm just very clumsy sometimes. Now we gotta talk about people singing you happy birthday. Now, I absolutely hate having people sing me happy birthday. It's just one of the most awkward experiences to make someone go through, especially on their birthday, dude. Like, who really wants to sit and hear a bunch of people sing you happy birthday while you're just sitting there awkwardly looking at everyone? And don't get me started when they're almost done the song, but someone pulls out the "Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3? Like, oh my god, just get it over with already. This is why I purposely tell people to not sing me happy birthday whenever it is my birthday. It annoys me so much. Now we gotta talk about saying thank you in the wrong scenario. Now, I know you guys have done this before too. Have you ever just walked inside a store and ordered something, like maybe a burger with some fries, and you go to pay for your food, and as the cashier hands you your receipt, they say, "Thank you, sir, enjoy your food." And then you go on to say, "Thank you. You too." Dude, realizing the words "you too" leaving my mouth has me on my knees. Pause. At that point, I cannot go back to that establishment. I gotta blow it up. It's actually the worst. Anyways, I'm out. Bye.